there is a saying that in politics there is no permanent friend and there is no permanent enemy, but there is only permanent interest. However, talking about Russia-India relationship, this concept completely changes. Many Indians sees this relationship from the perspective, from the point of gratitude. So much so that they are willing to defend Russian invasion over Ukraine at the cost of their own reputation. But the question is, why? In order to understand that why so many Indians believe that Russia is our trusted friend, it comes from the question of Kashmir. USSR was the first to recognize the sovereignty of India over Kashmir, and Soviet Union so many times had supported India on the issue of Kashmir. For example, Soviet vetoed UN Security Council resolution in 1957, 61, 71 that called for international intervention in Kashmir, saying that it is a bilateral issue between two countries, that is India and Pakistan. In 2019, when Modi government scrapped down Article 370 and there was a demand to have an international intervention, Russia took pro-India stance and said it is the internal matter of India. Again, Soviets supported the use of the Indian army to overrule Portuguese occupation in Goa, while UK, US, France, they brought a resolution condemning India. In 1971, India and Soviet Union signed Treaty of Peace and Friendship Corporation that built strong India and Soviet relationship. Another reason for which so many Indians feel gratitude towards Russia is 1971 war. And don't be confused when I say Russia. Why I am saying Russia? Because for India, Soviet Union and Russia is all same. They use the term Russia synonymously. So in the popular narrative, many people say that Russia is our friend because Russia had supported India during 1971 war when almost all international communities stood up with Pakistan. While India was there, India was trying to defend Bengalis who were being tortured in the East Pakistan. And saying that story, it is Bengalis who feel more gratitude towards Russia because Soviet Union at that point stood with the East Pakistanis, which of them are Bengalis. Bengalis are mostly communists, and today communism is not there in Bengal. Communist Party is not ruling in Bengal. But this ideology is still there and it is not going anywhere. Other thing that also brings Russia and India closer is one, the partition, and the other, the breakdown of the Soviet Union. India had a very traumatic experience as far as the partition is concerned, especially among Bengalis and Punjabis who had seen the trauma of partition, who had felt the trauma of partition. Like my grandparents were also one of them who saw the trauma related to partition, and their children, like my father, had been listening to such stories and they grew up with that. And maybe because of that, the older generation, they blame America for the breaking of the USSR, as it is said that the Britain had divided the country into into two parts, one Muslim majority Pakistan and the other Hindu majority India. And I think that this is where many Indians find a connection, that both of these countries, their parts have been cut off. Yes, of course, we have to acknowledge that Soviet Union had many a times helped India on Kashmir issue and so many international debates. But to use this argument in order to defend Russian invasion is absolutely wrong. There is no merit defending Russia at this point of time. And we have to also consider one thing, that when we are so much willing to defend Russia, Soviet Union does not mean only Russia. Soviet Union meant to be union of 11 states, and Ukraine is one among them. So if we are speaking about the Soviet Union, then we have to also acknowledge Ukraine as well, that Ukraine was also our tested friend. If you like this episode, then do smash the like button, share, subscribe and comment on my channel. See you at the next episode.